Hello friends, you're all welcome back to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. My name is Vincent Tamara and today I will be discussing a particular topic that I have done in Turkish language before. And this very topic is the similarities and the differences between Nigeria and Turkey. Now, for some of you who don't know, I am from Nigeria, so that's why I most of the time make videos pertaining Turkey and Nigeria. Okay, so that's for your information. So today I will be discussing this topic, and the aim is for you to have more information about the relationship between these two great countries and some benefits that we can learn from them. And as a citizen of Nigeria or Turkey, you can learn some certain things you don't know before from what I'm going to discuss right now. Okay, so I would urge you to watch this video to the end so you can get every information that you need. Okay, and one more thing before I continue into this very topic is that I want to appreciate and thank every one of you that have been watching my videos, and I have seen lots of messages from different places in the world, most especially people from Dubai, people from Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Senegal, Mali. There are lots of, at least about 20 countries I have received lots of messages. So I really want to say thank you for watching my videos. I will make more videos with good content in time to come, okay? I wouldn't fail you guys, all right? So let's start. So the first thing I want to start with is the differences, okay? Then I'll go to the similarities, then the economic benefits between these two countries. Now, one of the first differences is that Nigeria is really populated. Nigeria is about 198 million people, and it is, I think, the seventh most populous country in the whole world. Then Turkey is about 84 million people. That is, they are around 18th or 17th most populous country in the whole world. So this is a great difference between these two countries. If in terms of economic value, I mean, trading with the population of Nigeria, you can make more sales in what you do in Nigeria. So it's a great economic value to Nigeria. Then the next thing I want to tell you is that Nigeria has about 36 states and one capital. That's a total of 37 cities or states. Then Turkey has about 81 cities. Okay, these cities, they are operated in a different way than Nigeria. That's why they have mayors and they have governors, but Nigeria only have governors, so the operation is different. Now, in terms of politics, Nigeria has 4 years one-term system, while Turkey has 5-year one-term system. And the next thing is that in Nigeria, after you finish your one term, which is 4 years, you can go for another one to complete your second tenure. But in Turkey, you can go again and again. So the system is different. And the next thing is that most of the cities you see in Turkey, they all operate in state levels. I mean, each state take care of what they do, what they produce, and they use it for their people in their city. But in Nigeria, you have everything being channeled to the federal government, which is a very, very big disparity between these two countries. So that is why Turkey is doing much better than Nigeria in terms of this very system, because every city take care of what they generate in their city and use it for their people, then send some quota to the center, while in Nigeria they all send everything they generate from their city to the federal government. So it is a very big disparity between the two. Now, moving on to the next one, which is source of income for the two countries. Nigeria's source of income is through crude oil. Nigeria is totally dependent on crude oil. Although we have other source of income like gold, lead, there are so many other things we mine and get from Nigeria. But in Turkey, Turkey is totally dependent on their tax. They tax every citizen and foreigner in this very country. Then they have other natural resources which they use, like iron, steel. So they use these things to generate money for themselves. I mean, their source of income. And another thing, source of income for Turkey is that here everybody is interested in textile and furniture. Things about textile is so good in this very place. So they export their textile product to Europe and America, then to Nigeria as well. So they are doing so well. They have quality textile industry. So they generate a lot of money from textile and as well furniture, building materials. But in Nigeria, we're totally dependent. Everything is oil, which we are not enjoying it at all. I mean, being a Nigerian, this is very, very difficult. If you're in Nigeria, of course, you understand what I'm trying to say. So, our system is really wrong, depending on only oil as a source of revenue, income for the country. Then let's move on to the next one. The next one is official language for these countries. Now, in Nigeria, we all speak English. English is our official language because we have about 250 languages in Nigeria. So that is why we have a common language, which is English. Then this English helps us to, understand and have our trade done in our country. Whereas in Turkey, you have only Turkish language. So they use their language to do whatever they want, and it has been so helpful for them. They are not losing their cultural identity, so it helps them go a long way. And they are another thing I forget to say is that they are doing so well in technology, and they are doing so well in researches. So there are so many other things Turkey is doing which I haven't mentioned. So they are doing so well in those areas. But the few ones I've mentioned, you can have them as some of your information. And in case you are not in Turkey, you are outside Turkey, so you have learned that Turkey use Turkish language as their language. So if you're coming this place, don't think that you will be speaking English. Although if you see foreigners here, you can speak English with them. But generally, in terms of buying something, selling, you have to sell with the indigenes. You have to communicate with the indigenes. Just know that you have to speak Turkish language. So it is a very big challenge if you are coming here to do trade, all right? So you must speak the language. Now let's move to the next one, which is educational system. The education system in Nigeria is quite different from Turkey. Now in Nigeria, we have 6-3-3-4. That means 6 years for primary school, 3 years for junior secondary school, 3 years for senior secondary school, then 4 years for university. Whereas in Turkey, you have a different system entirely. You have 4-4-4-4 system, which means 4 years for primary school, 4 years for middle school, 4 years for high school, that's the secondary school, then 4 years for university. So it helps them in terms of their academic curriculum and the season as well. Here they have school for 9 months, straight 9 months. They have their school. Then they go for 3 months holidays. But in Nigeria, you have 3 terms, which means first term, second term, and third term. Then in these terms, you have breaks like one month break, 3 months, 1 month break, 3 months, 1 month break, and 3 months, 1 month break. So that is the differences between these two countries. The educational system is quite different. And here it is as well so flexible to study. So the education system here the curriculum makes you feel free to study and be relaxed. But in Nigeria, I wouldn't judge the present time, but during my time, it was quite difficult studying in Nigeria. Then the next thing I want to talk about now is minimum wage. The minimum wage is as well different. Minimum wage in Nigeria is too low. Hey, if you're listening to me, it is too low. We have $100 minimum wage, which in terms of conversion right now, it's not up to $100. It's about maybe $92 or $93. So the minimum wage is too low. But in Turkey, the minimum wage is $400. So you see the difference. 300 difference. So the minimum wage in Turkey is $400, and even here they are complaining it is not enough for them. But in terms of the comparison, they are better than Nigeria. So I think it is a big difference. It goes a long way. I don't want to say so many things here in this video because I want to make this video short. All right. So the difference is too big in terms of minimum wage. Now, with this, it takes us to the next one, which is the difference in landmass. In landmass, Nigerian landmass is 923,768 kilometers square. But in Turkey, the landmass is 768,562 kilometers square. So Turkey is smaller to Nigeria in terms of landmass difference. Now, that equally goes a long way in terms of how things are being distributed in the country. Then going forward to the next one, which is the military strength, military difference between these two countries. The difference is too big, way too big, too much. In Nigeria, we have a military system where Nigeria is ranking fourth in Africa. Is it fourth or fifth in Africa? And in the world, we are ranking about 42 in the world. Whereas in Turkey, Turkey is ranking about either first or second in the Middle East, and they are ranking 11th in the whole world. So their military power is so strong and so good. In fact, they equally produce their own military hardwares. Like Turkey does so well producing lots of tanks and other ammunitions like guns, short or medium range bullets, guns like that. So they are doing so well in this very area. And don't forget, in terms of drones, Turkey is the highest exporter of drones, selling drones all over the whole world currently now. So Turkey is doing well in terms of military strength, and they are even expanding to start having their own automobile company in the next year. So they are really doing so well. And one thing I forgot to say is that Turkey equally have, their source of income in this country is tourism. I forgot to say it in the beginning. Tourism is one of their biggest source of income, generates lots of money for them. Here they have about 1 million to 2 million people coming into the country in 1 year. Can you imagine how much they generate from these people who come and leave the country? So it is lots of money. Then they use these things to help their people. Then the next thing I want to talk about is healthcare system. Turkey has one of the best healthcare system in the world. This is why they did so well. I mean, they are doing so well in terms of containing this very COVID-19 virus. But in Nigeria, we have a very bad healthcare system. This healthcare system in Nigeria is so poor to the extent that the leaders, the people who are supposed to fix the healthcare system, are seeking healthcare outside the country, going to Europe, going to other countries to seek for healthcare, which is very, very wrong. Now, Turkey, most of the people, in fact, they have healthcare tourism. People come from different parts of the world for healthcare. I think it's about 27%. Yeah, they do so well in healthcare system that their doctors are well paid over here. So if Nigerian government should think very well, they should know how to fix the healthcare system. This is the very big difference between these two countries. The last difference here is currency between these two countries. Nigerian currency is too bad, too poor, terrible right now. I feel bad saying it, really. As a Nigerian, I feel so bad. Now, the currency between these two countries is really big. Here you have 1 Turkish lira to 70 or 75 naira. So I think the differences was bigger like a year ago or 2 years ago. 1 Turkish lira to 100 Nigerian money. But now the difference has come down because of the economic problems Turkey is having currently. So you have about 1 Turkish money to 75 Nigerian naira. So it is really big difference. So moving on to the next one, which is the similarities between these two countries, is the money. Yes, the name of the currency. Now, Turkish money is lira and Nigerian money is naira. Can you see something is fishy? For me, I think Nigeria copied a lot of things from Turkey. Yeah, we're not gonna hide it. We're not gonna lie about that. We copied. Uh-huh. Now, I want to expose that to you. So, to me, Nigeria copied a lot of things from Turkey. The next thing I want to use to prove that to you is that the Nigerian money and the Turkish money. Just watch very well. If you're from Nigeria, take a very good note of what I will show you right now. Now, this is 5 lira, the Turkish money. Does it look like Nigerian 5 lira? 5 naira, sorry. So 5 lira and Nigerian 5 naira really look same. The next one is Nigerian 10 naira. Now look at this money. This is lira, Turkish 10 liras. Nigeria 10 naira is like this. Now, another big thing I think they copied is the 20 naira, Nigerian 20 naira. This is Nigeria 20 naira, and this is Turkish 20 liras. It looks so. Listen, in the past, Nigeria had their money. I mean, this very money, 20 naira, they were all in paper. This one is, I think, polythene. They were all in paper. And if you get the Nigerian paper money, which is 20 naira, and this one, it is same. So the similarity is seriously same. So Nigeria and Turkey, to me, Nigeria copied lots of things from Turkey in terms of their money. Okay? Now, moving on to the next one, which is the capital city. In the past, Turkey, I think around 1920, the capital city of Turkey was Istanbul, and it is in the western part of Turkey. Okay? Istanbul is next to Europe, and it has sea by the side. So they thought about the safety of their capital city. So they moved the capital city to Ankara. They situated it in the middle, in the heart of the country in Turkey. So the capital city of Turkey currently now is Ankara. Now for the Nigerian part, the capital city of Nigeria was Lagos, which is in the western part of Nigeria. Then they thought about the safety of the capital city. They moved it to Calabar, then they moved it to Abuja. So, and the safety, if you check very well, Abuja is in the center of what? Of Nigeria. So they thought about the safety of the country just like Turkey did, and they moved the capital city to the center of the country. Now, moving on to the next one, the two countries really love football so much. Now, football, here they are even fanatics. I mean, they love their clubs. The same in Nigeria. We all love football in Nigeria. So the similarities are same. We are doing so well. The both countries are doing so well in terms of football. But the difference as well in football is that they manage their football better than Nigeria. Nigerian football management is really bad in terms of the club. But here the club is being managed very, very well. There is security and they are well paid. But in Nigeria, it is really bad. Then another great similarity between these two countries is the music industry and film industry. Nigerian film industry is really doing so well, and it generates lots of money for Nigeria. And as well, the music industry, these two entertainment industries are really doing so well for Nigeria. This is the same thing to Turkey. The movie industry, the film industry and the music industry are doing so well. They generate lots of money for Turkey. So in terms of this, they are similar. And one thing as well is that the government doesn't support so much to these very industries. Same thing to Nigeria, same thing to this place. The government, they don't have so much support. They don't give them that leverage. Maybe a little bit here in Turkey, but the government don't give so much support to these industries, but they are doing so well all by themselves. And another thing is that the culture, the people have a very good culture. They respect their culture, they preserve their culture. The same thing to Nigeria. Nigeria have a very good culture, although we have so many tribes in our country, but we all respect and preserve our culture. So the two countries do the same. The last thing I want to touch on before I round up is the membership between these two countries. The both countries are members of Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and they are members of D8, that is Developing Countries Organization. So these two countries are, they have relationship. So that leads us to the economic relationship between these two great countries. In fact, the both of them are doing so well in terms of trade, business. One is that Turkey exports lots of things to Nigeria. For example, Turkey exports iron, steel, agricultural products, and as well military equipment to Nigeria. Yeah. These are the trade relationship between Nigeria and Turkey. Then in return, Nigeria exports petroleum products to Turkey, and as well Nigeria exports some agricultural product as well to Turkey. So guys, this brings us to the end of this very video. I really want to appreciate you. Thank you for staying up until this very moment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, I want you to click the subscribe button below. Okay, thank you for doing that. If you have done that, I think this side, the subscribe red button, click it. And as well, I want to let you know, if this video was beneficial to you, you can share it with your friends and family members and leave a comment below. And another thing I want to tell you is that I think I will make another topic concerning this very one I've made today. I will make it very soon, and that will be to Nigerian government about something. So see you guys in my next video. Take good care of yourself. Bye for now.